Hello ladies and gentlemen, so welcome to this video of, I guess we can call it the Industrial PvP Server 2.0 update video, I guess? Update video? In today's update, basically we're going to be talking about a new feature that we're going to give everyone free to play. Now, in Godcraft's history, we pretty much have never had anything free. This means the whole entire world is welcome to come to our server and play completely free. Of course, because it's free, we have to disable some features. We have to disable features not mainly because of griefing, but mainly because of lag, complexity. No, nothing complexity, but mainly just lag. Let me give you an example. Buildcraft pipes, red power tubes. You build something big, that causes lag. I think we should only provide, people who pay the $10 fee, the premium people, that ability to basically use that feature. So forestry, tubes, and pipes are disabled. Really, that's hardly anything. Look at my NEI here. By the way, we use NEI for recipe mode, so you won't ever actually be able to cheat with it. It's completely just click for recipe information. If we go through each page, you can see these are all the vanilla, and now we're getting into red power. Red power, you got the industrial iron chest, you even get the red power computers, you even get some of the Buildcraft engines, and even the tank. Even though some of the Buildcraft engines you won't be able to supply, for example, won't be able to make fuel. But it doesn't mean you can't buy fuel from other people, and it doesn't mean you can't power it with other types like lava, etc., etc. But there's also the forestry engines, which you can power with IC, which you can use with some of these. And mainly these engines are only going to be used anyways just for the forestry machines, since you can't use the farms because the farms are automated and completely love lag. But anyways, all the crafting, or the charging benches, even the industrial alarms, and the scaffolding, and you can even the bees, and all the timers and sequencers, and the red power stuff. And here I said the forestry engines, and then the look at the bio generator. Even some of these you can't get, we're gonna let you have them because maybe you can buy and sell. People buy and sell stuff all the time. Look at all what you have here. Isn't that awesome, guys? So there you go. We're offering you pretty much everything. We're just taking out some of the automation, basically the tubes. And one guy came to me, and I was asking on IRC, somebody who doesn't even play my server, and he's like, oh, well, if you're going to do that, why don't you play vanilla? I'm like, what? It makes no sense. So the whole point of these mods aren't just 100% automation. Buildcraft was mainly made for automation. There's no doubt in that. So most of Buildcraft isn't as useful as some of the other mods. Red Power was made for, I guess, no, it wasn't really made for well, I guess in a way it could be automation, but it wasn't made for the automation of like crafting things, more in mechanism, computer design, etc. And we offer all that. And of course you have everything from Industrial Craft. I think the only thing we disable from Industrial Craft is the mining laser. Just because the mining laser is overly abused, you can go and blow up everything in the world with it. And you can check, see, so everything is in here. This is some of the vanilla stuff. Not only that, we've had enchanting potions disabled forever on Godcraft. We've never had them, guys. This is going to be the first time we are actually going to allow the use of potions and enchanting. Very first time. A lot of people want it. We've just been, nah. Guys, it's going to be here this time. We're definitely going to have it. Also, I'll have an alpha test server, kind of. I'll have an alpha server, and it'll be up for a couple days, and then maybe a beta one. Well, it'll depend. It may just be alpha and beta, and they'll be up a couple times each. May not even bother with them. But, yeah, so you got everything you can think of, really. I mean, you get all the features. You can see pages and pages. You even got all the forestry features. Even though you can't craft some of these, you can still get a lot. I mean, actually, you can craft a lot of the forestry stuff since a lot of it's related to bees anyways. How awesome is that? And you can even use all this stuff, too. and then all the industrial stuff, all the paints and stuff. The only one I paint I disabled was red power paint, because I don't think that's the one that you can actually use on mobs. The IC ones, you can actually paint. If you haven't noticed that, you can paint sheep and stuff. So if you want to troll people around the server, go around and don't kill sheep and stuff, just paint them random colors and people will be like, what the hell? I forgot to disable them in here, but the quantum suit, you won't have the chest pieces. If you saw my previous video on the explanation on why you won't have the chest pieces, is for balance. Basically, when you put the chest piece on, it completes the set on both of the suits and makes you completely 100% invulnerable. We don't want that. We want you to go down at a fair, decent rate. We don't want you guys to have to AFK for an hour fighting each other with nano swords or whatever. This way, a diamond sword guy can even take out a guy with a full set of nano, for example, and a nice piece of chest. It brings a bit more balance, of course, there. And I think it makes it more fun, because, I mean, PvE content still is a bit more challenging. Not as bad, but when it comes to our towers, which we're revamping, you remember our spawn tower? I'm just going to give you a little heads up here. This is the new spawn tower. Like I said, this is just sort of a quick, little fast, just, you know, it being built in production. So I don't want to spoil anything for you, but I'll give you a little heads up. You start at the bottom down there. I don't know if it'll be a building or what. It'll be something nice. You come up here. You go through here. There's 4 spawners around. All these mobs are going to be, you know, coming down here, pushing you around. You may get arrowed in there. On the outside, we probably have something like water or something to push you into the lava. So you have to be actively swimming if you fall down from the sides or whatever. And then up here, you have to activate 4 pressure plates around each building. You can throw an item on it, or what you should be doing is working with a team of people. And once you activate all 4 pressure plates, water will come up. This will open, a pressure plate will open, and then you'll get up into the middle. And then the adventure goes on and on from there. I won't spoil too much from there. There's a lot more to come with this tower. There's also going to be a lot more towers coming in to this server. Like, we're going to probably have 4 or 5 towers once we're ready for public. And another idea of ours is we're going to actually remove resources from the game so you can't even craft it. You're going to be like, well, what? I don't get that. For example, carbon plate is one of the most used items. Not most used, but one of the heavy used items, because you use it for 2 things. Actually 3. Oh, 4, or whatever. So the nano suit, the nano saber, advanced machine blocks. So what we were thinking is, how about instead we disable it so you can't craft the carbon plates. You can't ever craft them. Well, how else are you supposed to get them? Instead, they're in a PvP tower. The only way to get them is you have to fight for them. No other way. This makes a more active PvP server. Well, if you ever want Nanosuit, you're gonna have to go and actually go and get it. And I thought that was a wonderful idea. For example, maybe advanced circuits. And I'm not saying this is for sure. We haven't said this is how it's going to be for sure yet. But for example, maybe for advanced circuits, the only way to build them or get them built or whatever is you actually have to go to the special towers and go and get some of those. Now, we don't want to overdo it. We don't want to make everything completely, we want to be able to let the player be able to do a lot of things, but we wanted to offer some of those, you know, incentives why you have to go to the tower. Also, some of the towers we're all thinking of doing fuel cells and stuff. For example, lava cells to feed your geothermal, etc., etc. Those will be big and heavy for the free players, because, you know, the free players won't be able to use pumps, for example, to pump out lava from the ground. So you know what you guys get? You guys get lava cells, and then you can use those lava cells to power your geothermal instead of feeding it buckets and etc. And it makes your life a lot nicer. And hey, free energy is free energy, guys. That's awesome to me. So you can see here, you have everything. You got even the dynamite, stick of dynamite. I've never even used the remote before. You know that? I've never... Oh, wait, that blows up instantly? You know, I don't even know how to use any of this. There's something I'm missing, isn't it? I'm derping up. But anyways, I'll figure it out one day. I've never really played with the remote dynamite. You know that? That just makes me look bad, doesn't it? I wonder if it's you can do it something like this. Oh crap. Uh-oh. Better fix that before Electro comes up. Do 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 do. Don't kill me, Electro, please. Don't kill me today. Do 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 do. Don't want Electro to go after me. Anyways, what do you guys think? So tell me what you think. I mean, you free players that we're going to let you on. Do you think that's fair? I mean, you are getting on free. We've never done this ever. We've been charging $10 premium fee. So that was just the only thing that we're kind of restricting you from. Also, we would like you to be honest. Like, say, you know what? I think that one item is a bit cheap for the free players. As a free player even, maybe you guys should consider getting rid of that. And don't forget, if you're enjoying yourself, it's only $10 one-time fee. Basically, I'll put a link in the description, which will go to my forums. There'll be a Google document and stuff like that that'll actually kind of tell you what's enabled and disabled. And you guys from there can say, you know what, I think that should be enabled because it won't really do much, and la la la. Or this should be disabled, to be honest, Kane, because yeah, it can cause a lot of problems. We're also thinking doing some towers that provide things like eggs. Zombie, for example, zombie eggs would be great for base fighting and stuff. You could, you know, spawn a bunch of zombies in front of you and, you know, run away or whatever. Maybe somebody's chasing you. You can, you know, spawn some skeletons. Maybe they'll save you. Maybe go in for a suicide run. You know, go after somebody, and maybe they're going after you, and then you can spawn like 20 skeletons, and of course you're gonna die. But hey, maybe you'll take them out. You can have a lot of fun on this, and that's what we're gonna do. Also, we're trying to figure out how to distribute the client. Legally, you can't distribute the client. Worst thing ever. Now, in a private community, we've been able to just, yeah, pass the client along, but you can't do it for the public. Mod authors would kill me, murder me, they would be upset, they would cry. Oh god, oh god. So, give me some suggestions there, guys. I would love to hear them. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this video is good. I hope you guys are excited. And check the description below, and I want you guys to give me feedback, ideas, comments. Maybe I should add a mod, etc. I don't want to over bloatware it, though. Maybe, you know, a good idea of how to distribute a good client, etc., etc. I really need your input. I need your feedback. I know you guys like to comment in YouTube too, and that's fine, but I really would like some of you guys to sign up for my forums and actually make comments, because this is a server, if you're watching this video, you're probably going to try out. And by the way, if you're always worried about performance, single player is probably 5 to 10 times laggier than multiplayer. Yeah, your FPS won't be woo, but you're dealing with the chunk, generation, etc., physics, while the server side deals with most of that for you. So I'm just saying, if you've never played SMP, it's a lot faster. And of course, you've had to purchase the game. If you've pirated the game, I don't like it, to be honest. It's one of the cheapest games in the world. I've got 10-year-olds on my server. And how old are you? Anyways, thank you so much again. Check the description. Go to the forums. And I need your feedback.